What is going on, everyone? I am the Angry Badger, and this is Inside the Badger Den, episode 7. And with me tonight, as always, the one and only, the producer, the community manager of all the social medias, and of course, my co-host, Mr.TechRat. Welcome, Mr. TechRat. How are you?
Good evening, Vietnam. And
Yeah.
half of our audience won't get that reference. That's fine.
That's it. It's what I'm learning is that's what we're here for, to reference a bunch of old movies that no one will understand and certainly won't be able to find in 4K.
Like you said to me in private the other day, becoming the old men that we feared isn't that bad.
We are the old men, Ace. We are the men. Like we said today on, if you are joining us from Nerd Wars, thank you very much. If you saw that wonderful test stream, we will be back again tomorrow, believe about 9 PST. The 3rd, February 3rd. So that'll be fun. But as we said on that test stream, we are the old men. We are the adults in the room now. Take that for what you want. If that doesn't terrify you, I don't know what will. But
and speaking to the fans who possibly came over from there, last week we hit on the show 600. Today we are sitting at 707. So thank you all.
Yeah, everyone. You're actually, when I say like and sub, you're actually doing it. I don't know why. And I love it. Thank you so much. It's just, again, that's what I said on the show. It's, we just want all the 199, all the fellowship. Very grateful for you. Just want to be one more voice in the dark, one more light in the dark, rather.
Yeah, you don't want voices in the dark.
No, well, depends on how much money you pay for the drugs. Speaking of, they must have been on some good drugs when they first decided to do Daredevil Born Again, since they already did that in Netflix. But they, we talked about it last week, how they cucked it all up, but they're doing it right now, maybe. Green flags. And they brought everyone back, including, and now we've got some set picks because they've started filming, Matt is back with Karen and Foggy, and Punisher's coming back. And here's, Daredevil and Mr. Fisk. Oh, come on.
I like it.
The jab. It was the jab.
No. They're everywhere.
Oh, God. Thank God. Vincent has lost all that weight. I was worried. He was,
but
not to reference Echo, but he was looking a little big. Someone got on
weren't
the
they all?
diet. I don't know, man. I hope they don't mess this up. I hope they don't mess that up.
I am trying to think. Oh, I got it. Sorry. Never mind. The actor who played Bullseye is coming back.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but I did like him as Bullseye. The only thing I hate is that he wore Matt's costume the entire time, and Matt had to go back to the OG black and the Under Armour.
Wilson Bethel.
Wilson. Yeah, look, they're bringing everyone. We just heard that. It didn't really do a story because I'm not going to waste everyone's time on maybe, but Kristen Ritter might be coming back as Jessica Jones. Good, fine.
Yeah,
bring them all back.
Bring it all back. Make it the same or better.
Just make sure your rewrites are tizite. And speaking of rewrites, Fantastic Four, we're hearing, is getting another pass, another go around, just to do some refining. And by the way, I totally thought, I don't know why I thought in the release schedule that this was going to be like well after Avengers 4 or 5, but
I was way off.
It's right after the next Captain America 4.
Right.
So the fact that it's supposed to be a period piece and all that still lines up, but I think they realized that oh shit, we better really get it. But it doesn't matter because they're going to reboot everything. But maybe they'll keep them in like a pocket dimension. So they introduce them into period piece and then throw them off into pocket dimension. You know what the hell happened to them. And then after the reboot and they definitely have to be in Secret Wars. Guess they'll just deal with them then. We got to get.
So they were gone during the snap. And anything else that they could have helped with?
Well, you because at first I was going to say, oh, well, they're just going to, if they bring him in after they've reset, it doesn't matter. Speaking of things that don't matter. So yeah, clearly it's going to matter, and they're going to have to partition them off out of time, out of dimension, whatever. Yeah. Thunderbolts, which is taking place also after the Captain America movie, because Harrison Ford, Red's Hulk, is in it on the team that, Elaine from Seinfeld is making.
Right.
Madam Hydra. But they're bringing back Goliath from Ant-Man 2 and, Black Widow's mommy from Black Widow that everyone saw.
Nice boxes they're checking.
Speaking of boxes I'd like to check, Rachel Weisz and the Mummy
Oh
What? I
my
didn't say anything
god.
obscene. I thought very obscene things, but I didn't say nothing wrong with box. I don't even
She
think that
actually
means that
had a
anymore.
really nice physical box that she
Uh,
had the trinket in.
the trinket, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, the mummy. God. We should just talk about the mummy. That's what happened on the stream today. It was like instead of talking about like on point, every time we go to talk about it, it's like, yeah, but this is shit. We'd end up talking about something else. And that's what happens. That's what
Dude,
humans do.
we did like a half hour. In fact, we were watching both Falling Down and The Rock.
It's see, they accuse us of hate, but when there's good things, we talk about it endlessly
And pleasantly.
and pleasantly, which is not things I do often. Speaking of things I do not do
Yeah.
often,
You're
no,
not the pleasant
wait,
badger.
yeah, I'm not the pleasant badger. They are not. Well, look, I was gonna say it different this way. Clearly, we've seen that they have an intention to bring back everyone from the Netflix series, including Danny. However,
Huh?
Danny,
But
I guess
not
he's going to
spelt the
be in
way you
it,
think.
but yeah, not the way you think. Yeah, it's basically God, Jessica Henwick as Colleen Wing.
Yeah.
She got that she power at the end of the canceled Netflix version, so I think of course they're going to bring that right back, and the focus will be on her, and that surprises no one. I
I
actually
don't
like
even
her
think I
though, so I
finished
don't.
it.
I like her. I think she's good in the role. She's
I
cute.
do.
She's fun. She was in Game of Thrones, one of the Vipers,
And
Viper
she
Snakes.
wasn't like I don't want to say the word insufferable because I feel like that's harsh as fuck, but
But that's the word that you're looking for is
what's the
insufferable.
movie? Shang-Chi. It's just like she didn't come off with a shitty attitude like some of the people in that movie
Yeah,
or most
I
of the other shit.
either no personality or fucking too much personality in
Yeah,
Shang-Chi.
yeah.
Speaking of too much of one thing and not enough of the other, we got the Halo season 2 is still coming out for whatever reason.
Helmet good.
Yes, please. And we last week we talked about the We Need Master Chief trailer that they released, like to pacify us or something.
Yeah, that's a trap.
They did the story this time about they are going to focus on the Covenant, which may and a Covenant member, which everyone assumes might be Maki, but also the Arbiter. Which
Or.
I again, please just bring in Keith David. He's still alive,
Yeah.
right? Wait, no, Keith David is right.
I don't know, but I'll look.
Yeah, because if he's, I think he might have passed. Either way, it's sad. God, please, he's Admiral Anderson. I think he passed. I think we might have lost him already. I blocked it out.
No, I think he's still here.
Oh, thank God. I was cushioning myself for a hard fall. Then yes, please God, put him as sure.
Yeah, it says I'm looking at a new thing 8 hours ago. It says he's
Thank God.
returning to his role as Elroy in the upcoming
Thank God.
Community
Look,
movie.
we'll talk about it later, but obviously Carl Weathers has passed, and I'm a little shook. So now I'm not sure who we've lost as to who we still have.
Save them all.
Give me Spawn and Arbiter right now while we still have Keith David. Get on it. Speaking
and
of
don't ruin him before he dies like the fucking Batman.
Don't. Things that have been ruined. Kang. We just can't quit Kang. And now we're hearing that John David Washington, of course, Denzel Washington's son, is going to be possibly. And I just think they're going to get through the list of every black guy that's never been in Marvel is possibly going to play Kang.
You get a role. You get a role.
I just they messed up. We always say they messed up from the beginning. You can't introduce an intimidating character that you show getting beat several times.
Yeah.
And no offense, but yes, by Ant-Man.
Well, I mean, Ant-Man took out Falcon or Captain or, whatever you call him.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, racists would call me the Captain America.
I see what you did.
I know. It's sad. It's all right. I made a whole deal about they only see they don't see legitimacy in white characters, which is why they had to give them that. And if you want to do that, well, you got to check into certain other streams. But we don't want to offend anyone.
I stand by, dude. The next Black Panther movie, Ryan Kinnell. I'm in.
Oh my God! He wore the costume very well.
Oh, I know.
Very well. Speaking of people who are going to be wearing the costume, John Barenthal, of course, did say he's coming back and it's going to line up in Sacred Integrity. So I'm not questioning John and Barenthal, the real one. The narrative of the storyline of they're going to make a bunch of cops using the Punisher symbol and that he's going to be hunting them down. Look, are there corrupt cops? Yes. Should we have defunded the police? No. Do you think this was written at the height of BLM riots for St. Jesus Floyd? I'm not going to do it because I think
Lionheart.
Lionheart. All right, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just, it's really, it's, we didn't do the full thing.
You sound goofy.
Do we? You can't just throw it because you know what? I don't think I uploaded it all the way, but we'll get that for a future one. Yeah. I just don't think this is something they really need to do. That's the thing. Of all the things you had to do at Cops, really?
Yeah, I know.
Again, I think John's just happy to be back. He's just happy
we
to be
all?
back at work. Yeah. Oh, yes, we are.
Specifically because, like you said, him being a real one, similar to like Cavill, I don't think he's gonna let them screw shit up.
You know, within as much of their ability,
Right.
To the point of he left the fucking show that he said he was going to stay 5 years, and I believe him. Speaking of real, they fucked this up for sure. Is that Death of Batman?
Yeah,
and Rocksteady, which everyone, of course, is missing the point. But
all of the Justice League got fucked. But yeah,
all of them.
But he got screwed.
Every single one, except for Wonder Woman, sort of POC Wonder
politely
Woman,
laid down.
Greek. It's just yes. People were mad that Kevin Conroy, and what I grant it's not the last time we'll hear him, but as what was advertised as his last performance, people were upset that it was being shot in the face by Harley in this. Yes. And then compounded on that, it was the Arkham Batman. So the end of all the games and all the fun is that's how it ended. And he killed his entire Bat family. And, so it's an ill pill on top of an ill pill.
Yeah, but they'll tell you like, well, he was mind warped and it wasn't him. Now, dude, Batman, come on. You telling me that mind can't hold out? We've seen it happen.
You know, and that is the least of the problems I have with it. But yeah, sure. It's still that is the end. It's a lot of the same feelings I get when I watch Star Wars now and you see Luke all hopeful and what the hell does it matter? You know, he's going to fail to recreate the Jedi and Palpatine's going to come back and he's going to have no part in doing it. He's going to try to kill his nephew and who cares about Han? He's going to be killed. So you retroactively ruin your shit is the point here. So stop doing it. You could have made him, and that was the other point. You really could have just made him voice. This is the Batman of Earth 7. And yeah, it would have been a bummer that this is one of the last performances, but that would have ended right there. It would have ended right there. But you made it the Arkham one. You had to make it the Arkham one.
Yeah. And that was like, what, 15 years of gaming?
Well, and that just goes to what I was about to say is that a lot of the people that made those games aren't even at Rocksteady. They're a bunch of blue-haired weirdos and narrative designers delivering the message. And it's Rocksteady in name only. It happened to BioWare. It's happened to all of them eventually. And yeah, so they pissed all over its legacy. They don't respect it.
Sheer fucking hubris.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And yeah, so moving on, next video we had, of course, was Blade, which has been rewritten several times. Mahershala Ali. Mahershala. Everyone is confused by his name, I realize, and then like, forget the last part of it. It's spelled Mar, like Bill Maher.
Right. Yeah.
Mahershala.
Mahershala.
There you go. Now you will never mispronounce or forget his name again. Mahershala Ali almost left. It was going to be him led around by 4 strong women, including his daughter. Well, they rewrote it. Still going to be his daughter. They want her blood, so the girl that's key to everything. But it will be a period piece, meaning, 30, 40, something like that. They're vampires. No,
I'm sorry.
That's your child. No, I'm not exactly sure on how that would work. I don't know. It's another one that's like, sounds great if you knew what you were doing, but you don't, so you'll probably mess it up.
Dude, you've got me hooked on clips now because all I want to do is start firing stuff off.
Yeah, but you got to be careful with that. With great clipping power comes great responsibility.
Oh, for sure.
You get lost in them. Speaking of something that I can get lost in, something tells me Millie Alcock's not going to look that adult and or defined by the time she gets into Supergirl. But we do have a Supergirl, and it's Millie Alcock.
Elevated. Yeah, that's like next level.
That's Etsy version, or that's the Wish version. I don't know. It's an upgraded for sure.
Yeah.
I don't.
She's definitely not Wish. That's the opposite.
Not Wish. Sorry. What I was trying to say. What's an upscaled version?
I mean, this
Exactly.
is closer to like the OnlyFans version.
Well, not exactly against that. The suit is cool. Suit is
Yeah,
cool.
definition. She looks powerful. She doesn't look like a bitch.
Oh, I'm sure I'm sure we'll take care of that. Actually, we'll probably skip that later on. But that is the clue that they did, because we're going to spend more time on this next subject, which is blown up to over 2,000 views. And then I guess we'll just include all the Avatar stuff rather than each individual, because it's all sort of connected.
Yeah.
She'll grow into it, the Millie Alcock. But that is, I think they went with the younger because they said she's going to be younger and edgy. Which, boy, that just sounds like fun. But maybe they'll go with Negasonic Teenage Warrior edgy, not I cut myself edgy.
Yeah, but that could be done wrong also.
And it probably will be. Speaking of something that will probably be done wrong.
I think I'm gonna be on like self-delete watch.
If this messes up.
I think just in general, just going through the whole thing in general. I mean, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but the animated show holds a spot with me like it does a lot of people.
It was the first thing I watched on Netflix when the internet was good enough to actually stream. And I bought a Netflix, and after the whole thing was up and I'd heard about it because I never had cable, boom, watched it back to back to back, all 3 seasons. And it was a glorious journey. And I knew I had seen something special. And I knew if it was ever adapted, they would fuck it up. No, that's not true, because back then we all had hope. But now look, yeah, it was a really good trailer. A lot of green flags, but the more we're hearing about it, the more it's sounding like it's a high probability that even if it's not messed up, again, hammer, not chisel on things. Well, like, yeah, it's all right, but not the gloriousness that it could have been.
Yeah, you're not going to get the same meal. They've already said, in fact, it's not. Oh God, what did they say on IGN? It's not a retake; it's a redo or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's a remix.
Yeah,
it's a remix. Yeah. The part about remixes is they still use the song. They still use all the parts of the song, and they remix them in different orders, but they don't throw out large portions of the song.
Yeah.
The main stories, there were 3 of them. There were 3, or maybe were there 4 actually. The one you told me that I didn't see there, but they're gonna reduce or remove elements of sexism from Sokka, because when he was delivering it in live action, they said it was really harsh. However, they're also going to show and maybe it's hyperbole, the genocide, or at least the initial attacking of the Fire Nation on the Airbender Temple. And then they're going to focus also on the sister, which you told me the name and I always forget it.
Oh, Princess Azula.
Why do I forget Azula? I have a crush on her too. Anyway, they're going to focus on Fire Lord Ozai and Azula. They're going to make changes, clearly. But many people pointed out that the sexism comments are not just related to Sokka. Like when she gets to when they go to the Water Tribe and Katara's trying to be trained by, the Water Masters, and they're like super sexist too. And like, how are you going to deal with that? Why are you removing this? Why can't you just include it? Why can't you just show it?
Because it's going to offend people.
No, well, yes, but I think it's just
current dayers.
Expect everyone to come from a current day, and then if they want to show someone a character, it's just a slightly regressed version of a current day look.
I also had an issue with, like you said, we're going to remove this because, I don't know, it's bad. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but let's kill every single person in this group of people.
Well, it's also the great irony of that it was like, you could see people murdered in their heads, but, a little bit of tit, heaven forbid.
America.
It's silly. You look goofy. I know. I that's a miss on my part. That will be up for the next one.
I got it right here. You want it?
Yeah. Go ahead, do it.
Hey, happy?
Oh, that's not it.
Boomer!
Oh.
Yeah.
He garried.
You got your. What was that?
Gary.
If you
that.
Call his name, he will appear.
You gotta say it 3 times though.
That's a story for tomorrow. But little sneaky peeky. Beetlejuice is the name of the movie, and it'll be coming in September.
I don't have a problem with the name. I think it's clever.
Nah, I'm fine. He said Keaton said a lot of fun things about it that make me think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, like in The Flash.
Yeah. He was the best part about that movie.
Sure.
He was the best part about that. I know that's not saying much, but he was the best part about that movie. I need a palate cleanser. I'm gonna skip orders on things, and I've watched this trailer probably 20 times.
Is it got a bunch of people killing people?
I mean, if you want to call Yahtzee's people, but it's got a bunch of heroes doing the Lord's work.
I'm so excited to see, in my opinion, what should be Batman and Superman in this movie.
And apparently Henry got done dirty in Argyle, where he's only in it for like 8 minutes.
Yeah, but that's probably for the best, right?
Yeah. All right, let's watch this. This is, of course, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, starring.
Oh, I thought it was
Henry
Negroes.
Cavill. No, that's not for us, but we will be reviewing it vigorously.
Gus March Phillips, I have a mission I want you to lead. Thank you, Sergeant.
What's the plan?
To neutralize the German U-boats in the North Atlantic.
We're losing the war. Hitler is not playing by the rules, so neither are we. We both know that I'm not very popular with the administration.
The reason they find you unattractive is the very reason I find you attractive.
If I'm to do this, I'll need my own team. You won't like them. They're all mad.
They'll need to be.
This is an unsanctioned, unauthorized mission. If we fail, England will be condemned to a lifetime under the German boot.
And so I said, that is not a dog. That is my wife.
It's very good.
You and your operation are reckless. Abort this mission now. Hello? Can't hear you. Please do off.
Take all my money.
It's a lot of things. For instance, the movies that were described on that one splash screen, love them all. Okay. The actors are all fantastic, and you put a bow and arrow in Alan Richardson's hand, sold. You got me. Go.
It's very impressive.
Yeah. It's a movie we haven't been able to watch in a long time, it feels like.
No, it really looks good. I'm actually excited for it. And why do I keep doing this to myself? But I'm hoping only because of it's Guy Ritchie that this is the one that he will not be screwed over. That he will not be screwed over. But dear God, please fire your agent. She is the Rock's ex-wife is not doing you any favors, especially since you're male and pale. It's a miracle you're even working.
Yeah.
So this is the story that Film Threat is ongoing, and it's never ending because now they've opened the floodgates. Now
they just put out another piece today.
Yeah, and guess what we'll probably be covering tomorrow.
For sure.
I don't care. I see the downvotes on, I don't actually, my videos don't get downloaded that much. Shockingly, I was ready for it. But on the ones I do, I look, and a lot of the WGA ones, and it's like, oh, I'm going to use a term that they use, spot the racist. Spot the racist. Spot and then the all people of a sudden, that think this is good. Yeah.
You get a follower drop.
So if you haven't been, well, there is something to that.
And don't think we don't know how to weed them out.
Classic.
Because if you are for what the WGA is doing, I don't want you as a sub. I don't. If
Yeah.
you are for hiring people solely based on their skin color, their sexuality, or their gender, not only do I not want you as a sub, I don't even want you as a citizen of the country. Get the fuck out. Go to a communist country where they can assign you based on random qualities or whatever. No, thank you. That ain't the game I signed up for here. I would like meritocracy, please.
Well, you used to have to.
Can I have some meritocracy?
Remember when you needed like a resume? You needed to show a body of
Sounds like
work
French
and
to
things that
me.
you did.
Yeah,
His
no,
resume.
We talked a little bit on the stream today that we kept thinking that the adults would come into the room, and then we realized, oh shit, we are the adults.
We're screwed.
Yeah, just briefly to go over this because we always miss out. I did a reaction to Gary's video. He covered it also much more eloquently than we can. Love that Perry Chan, although God knows you're catching up to him. Why Hollywood is failing, and a lot of it is, as he says, the devil's in the DEI, the diversity, equity, inclusion, and he's great with those. He's we're almost 40. He's almost 60. He's in his 50s, but so he appreciates a good dad joke, boomer joke.
Sure.
As do we all. But I'm telling you, you got to pay attention to this if you're not. This WGA shit is insidious, and it's the why of so many. Why is everything crap? Why does every commercial have a black dad and a white mom or a white mom? You know what I'm saying? Why is there a perfect group all of a sudden in families with no explanation? Why does that new what is the new doll movie that I saw a couple times? Well, I don't like you, Charlie. It's like a stuffed animal that's possessed or something, and just for no reason, there's a black mom and a white child. They don't even address she's adopted. She was married.
They shouldn't have to.
Yeah, but you sort of should. Verisimilitude, everyone. Learn it, love it, live it. But God bless Film Threat, Alan Ing, Chris Gore for putting these out. They are the only ones doing it because everyone knows the mainstream media is not going to do it. And as we are quick to point out, we are the mainstream now. Look at us. We are the media now.
I mean, we are reporting on things.
You're right.
Reporting on things that upset people enough to leave.
That's right. And we are reporting on things that upset people enough to send in refunds for video games that they purchase.
Burn in hell.
I subjected myself for you. I wasn't going to. And Nerd War said, we react to these things so that they don't have to. And I said, God damn you, but you're right. And I watched 22 minutes of every fucking Arkhamverse Justice League character be murdered by the Suicide Squad. And I feel lesser for it.
What was the worst one in your opinion?
Ooh, well, Batman, obviously, just because Kevin. But if you take the fact that I love all that out, they pissed on the Flash.
I don't know. And then made a joke about Boomerang's Wang.
Congratulations, Captain. Congratulations. Yeah. It's another one of those who is this for? It's another one of those who is this for?
Whoever the hell really likes Harley Quinn, the Shark.
Well, but then we've learned that much like our television shows that we know that the WGA hires, there are the equivalent Sweet Baby Game Inc. that fill our games now with the message, and you're starting to see it.
I feel ignorant because before this game, I had never heard of that before.
And you will find out that they are the reason why the Alan Wake 2 did not work, and I stopped playing because it was insufferable. Spider-Man 2, which I could get it on PlayStation or PC. I'm not gonna fuck with it because I've heard they are the influence on a lot of games now. Where and the thing is, a lot of the things they're trying to do would be fine if, like we talked about, if they had any sort of delicacy or nuance to it, but they don't. They don't. So they'll just come in with a hammer, just like, make him black, make him gay, make him woman.
We should start Sweet Badger Inc.
Actually, I my mistake. I should have
put a chick in it, make her gay. Put a chick in it and make her name it gay.
But that's basically all they do, and that's what it is. It's the name of the game.
Fine.
Speaking of the name of the game, one thing I've learned trying to find, I mean, not content, because you people are obviously worth more than content, but trying to find actual stories to talk about. Yeah, you people. I use it in a good way. I don't want to do stories about things I don't care about, right? So I really have to go and look. I saw this thing about William Shatner, and I realized he got. He got because he reacted to something that's actually 15 years old. But to be fair, they phrased it to him like it was recent, which has happened to me. I've gone to do a story about something that I realized, you sons of bitches, this is from 2 years ago. William Shatner.
They screwed him. I mean, you're gonna get there, but going
No,
over
good.
this when you did
Yeah.
that picture, that promo picture of everyone from the show that's
you mean they screwed
important.
him like that? Oh no, yeah,
Oh
we
my
can get right to
God.
it. Yeah. Okay, so real quick, the EU 15 years ago says something about getting rid of gendered language in the intro because it says we're no man to go before, and even though we all knew that meant mankind,
I
they
can
changed
agree
it
with
in the
it.
80s to where no one has gone
Right.
before. Yeah, it's dumb. The real thing here, this is why I talked about the story anyway when I realized he had got, is this removing of William Shatner from Star Trek. It's been going on for years. It started with, Kirkman, Robert Orsai, the guys that have been in charge, but that's why Gary calls it Kirkman Trek, because it's like a different thing. And look at this. How do you put Michael Burnham in the middle?
I mean,
and
they
not
threw
Kirk?
an animated character and not
of course.
him.
Look at that haircut. Look at the haircut.
2 animated characters. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I like Ensign Mount, and of course they went with Cisco, which I like. Hey, here's Captain Archer. He doesn't get, but still, I'm sorry. You could have thrown out the animated character, put Michael Burnham right there, and that should have been William Shatner. And that's basically all it is. I want people to go back to respecting the Shat, because he has been a real one the entire time.
No Shat.
No, look at you. Look at you. Shatner. Can you believe Gary said he's still sharp as a tack? Like he's gone to one of those I'm trying to think, like what Kevin Smith used to do with a night with William Shatner, where they would watch a movie. They watch a movie and they talk about it afterwards. Apparently, he's really on point. You know what else?
Maybe that's why he's not there.
Yeah, well, the Witcher remake.
Oh, there's another one that touches you special places.
Whatever. We do this one. Yeah, I think this might actually be a case of people overreacting.
Okay.
It's rare when I play devil's advocate, because again, we have no reason to.
You've been having a lot of hope lately. I don't like it.
It's I'm just trying to a nice healthy bit of gray. Not too much left, not too much right. Right down the middle. The Witcher remake devs not afraid to remove aspects which are bad, outdated, and need to be remade. And everyone immediately thought they meant taking out, well, they did. They took out the sex scenes, or the sex cards rather, but that's to be replaced with actual sex scenes. And I'm sure people thought they meant or
Fucking pronouns!
But I genuinely think they just meant outdated gameplay. There were certain segments that dragged, that were legendarily slow. I tried to play that game for the longest time, but couldn't play it on current systems. It was mouse and keyboard only. No controller support. I think that's what they're going for. And the only reason I'm going along with that is the guy that's in charge of it is the guy that was vital in the second and the third one. So,
which were great.
Which are great. And like I said, that's The Witcher. The Witcher is what saved me after Mass Effect.
You know what? I didn't even finish the second one of Witcher. I did the third.
It's good. It's good, but obviously the third one has improvements. I mean, if you can play through it, I would definitely say play through the second one, the enhanced version. It's got a great story, and then it rolls right into the third one.
I got it. Maybe I'll do a stream with it.
There you go. There you go. You comment if you want to see Mr.TechRat do a stream of any of the Witchers or any game, quite frankly. But the important thing about that is man, Henry played that game, knew it through and through, did the voice like Doug Cockle, knew the books, and look what happened to him. Look what happened to him.
Yeah, you do good, and they cast you aside.
So one of the things coming out of that, I was going to say the hubbub, but just all the general backlash about Kevin Conroy passing on. It is his last role. It's not his last role. Everyone can say, no, he's doing 2 more roles. He's going to be in Crisis on Infinite Earths. He's going to be Thomas Wayne in Cape Crusader. And everyone was like, oh, thank God. Tyrone Magnus put out a video. He's going to be two more. Ooh. And then like 5 minutes later, this report came out. Bruce Timm. Nope. We were going to have him, but he did not record anything. And now that actually calls into question whether he did anything for Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is 3 fucking movies.
Yeah, I gotta watch the first one.
I have not
So-
watched any of them because I will wait for that to go on Max. I'm not buying a movie that should go on a streaming service that they said all the movies would go on. Also, I'm not really a fan of their new movies since. I tried. They're just not that good. The previous continuity was better.
You're saying that they still don't understand what they're doing?
I just they're trying to fix or update something that's not broken. I don't
Right.
quite know why.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. We're going through these. I'll tell you, the problem is there's always ever like 4 or 5 topics, but then there's 3 or 4
There's several
stories
videos.
each on
Yeah.
all of them. But that's all right. So things are increasing, and it's only going to increase in hyper time as we get into 2024, which is going to be a hell of an interesting year. And I'm here for it. I am here for it because at least we have a voice now. Speaking of who doesn't have a voice, Ewan was doing the circuit. Talked about Kenobi and how he still hopes for season 2, even though it's looking like that's not going to happen.
So somebody else with another New Hope.
Have you come to destroy me? You landed. You walked over to me. You came here. Deborah Chow stabbed Reva in the stomach twice. She lived both times.
Yep. She missed all the vitals.
Yeah, even though lightsaber burns at 10,000 degrees, just being inside would melt the
They missed all the vitals.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, I feel bad.
Back to Tank.
I do feel bad. If they do a second one, I know some people want it, and I like him as Ewan, and I like him as Obi-Wan, and he did seem to enjoy the role. It's just, why didn't you just make it about him and Anakin and do flashbacks and then have it relevant to something going on in present day, but just keep him on Tatooine. Looking over Luke. Had to make him look over the girl, chased by the girl, helped by the girl, and then hide the girl under the cloak while the girl helped him, and then they go, but they're chased by the girl. Do you notice the theme here?
There was a girl?
I don't know, but it's a good thing Charmin Obey-Chinoy is going to come in and shape Star Wars, because we don't have any women. It's never been shaped ever, and I'm real glad that she's going to come in and do that. It's very...
Okay, I'm going to try to fix my boomer. You ready?
Yeah.
You look goofy.
Oh, no sound?
No,
Never
I
mind.
heard it, but it clipped off the very beginning of "You Look Goofy."
Okay, I quit.
That might be a lag. That's all right. You will get the cone of shame at some point. We all
It's
have
okay.
to wear it. It's
We
very
didn't
comfortable.
want Director X to work in here anyway.
No, and speaking of someone we don't want to work if it doesn't work out, is that X-Men 97. X-Men 97, which again, I've always been DC, but the only reason I like Marvel is because Spider-Man the Animated Series and X-Men 97. Well, X-Men the Animated Series, which is now X-Men 97, is going to be the continuation.
Right. And as soon as you said X-Men, dude, all I heard was dun 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 dun. It's embedded, and that's another one. If you ruin this with all the material you have, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, and this is, of course, the one where the showrunner for this was one of the writers on The Witcher. He's the one that leaked out that the writer's room does not like the source material, and now we understand why. Thank you, Film Threat. And if nothing else, the catharsis of putting puzzle pieces together. Oh, that's why that happened. Oh, these are who these people are, and this is why they do it. Anyway, he dimed them out. They don't like the writer's room. They don't like Henry. They don't like this. And then he went on to say that you shouldn't even be able to take on a project like this if you don't have love for the source material, because then how could you accurately adapt or update it unless you knew the nuances of it and what should and shouldn't change, for lack of a better term, although in this very little should change. One thing he did say that is terrifying, I'm sure, to everyone, is that his him being a gay man is going to influence the writing. And I know in most cases you would be true in saying, what the fuck does that have to do with it, right?
Well, because they've made it such an important matter
of everything when it's not. Right. Well, in this case, I don't think being gay has anything to do with it. I think the situations of the feelings, the alienation you might feel, the humiliation you might, and we're talking about the gays of 20 years ago, the shaming you might feel, the 100%. Ostracizing, I just want people to like me. I'm not the danger they think I am.
Dude, you couldn't be in the military. You couldn't have certain jobs. People
That's
just wouldn't
right.
do it.
Couldn't get married. Well, you could apply a lot of those feelings, a lot of those situations, and a lot of the way they might view it two gay people of the time. Now you motherfuckers you rule. Congratulations, you're on top. You get all the jobs. The white straight male is the ostracized one. We're the ones that have to quietly come out and tell people, hey,
I'm straight.
I think there's only two genders.
Don't think we don't know how to weed them out.
Get him.
So I am giving him good faith. And the only reason I'm giving him good faith is because of what he said about Henry and all that other thing. So it makes me think he might get it. Now, maybe maybe at one point I'll say
I was way off.
But until then, I'm going to keep my streak of, I think it might be okay.
I'm going to write all these hope wishes out for you. And we're going to see which ones pan out.
You should, because while I think that might be okay and turn out well, and this one isn't going to. This is not good at all. Aww. And this just happened. And look, today was a great day. This is the one negative, and it is a true negative, because normally when you hear about, honestly, and don't, because I'm playing this and it has nothing to do with Carl Weathers, but normally when you hear about a celebrity death, this is what it is.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
This is not that fucking situation. This is one where I heard it and my stomach sank right out from under me. I was like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
Carl Weathers passed away. And again, I think I said it to you privately, like, this is the reaction that will happen when like Keanu leaves us, or John Barenthal leaves us, or Jeremy Renner, someone who works in Hollywood that's not a demon, that still has a soul, that's there because Gary Oldman, that just wants to entertain and was good. Man, this sucks. But yeah, Carl Weathers has died at 76. Of course, Rocky, Apollo Creed, Mandalorian, Chubbs from Happy Gilmore, Action Jackson. It is endless.
Man was in Toy Story.
And yes, I did not watch Toy Story 4, but he is in Combat Carl and Toy Story. Yeah. Maybe I'll watch it. I thought the third one was such a nice.
I watch the dumbest thing sometimes.
I thought the third one was so good. I felt no reason to.
And they're making another
Encounters of the Third Kind. What is he in Close Encounters of the Third Kind? Oh, he must have been in the mountain in the background as like a camera person or something. I don't recall. Or maybe he's a military guy. He's a soldier. I think that's what it is. I think he's a soldier.
That makes sense.
Either way, man, what a
Dylan
Happy Gilmore. It's all in the hips.
Yes,
all in the hips. In fact, let me see if I can play this for everyone, because you really did do a beautiful.
Thank you.
I think I can. I think
it's only a minute.
Yeah.
58.
Little ghost to bring up your old channel, but I want to celebrate Mr. TechRat, and by celebrating Carl Weathers. Here we go. Oh, come on. What is going on? Oh, he died peacefully in his full screening. What is going on, everyone? I boomered it. Yay.
He died peacefully in his sleep on Thursday, February 1st, 2024. Carl was an exceptional human being who lived an extraordinary life through his contributions to film, television, the arts, and sports. Rocky, right? Apollo Creed. I think that's the first time I ever saw him. Great. Rocky 1, 2, obviously all the way up until the Ivan Drago.
There is no tomorrow.
Predator. Dylan, you son of a bitch. And that infamous role and all of it.
Son of a bitch.
Such good. And then, of course, the one that will be most people in pop culture probably, just because Chubbs, man, Happy Gilmore. It's all in the hips. It's all. Please just post your favorite movie scenes of Carl Weathers, your favorite movies with him, or if you had a real experience with him, like you met him in a coffee shop or something.
Shut up,
Put them in the comments. Let me know.
Shut up, Badger.
Thank you.
I feel bad about me.
The intro.
Yes, Mac.
Rest in peace to Carl Weathers and his family.
I mean, I don't know, man.
The man did a body of work. He left behind a legacy. And you know what? God willing, we should all die in our sleep peacefully.
Peacefully. Yeah.
I don't want to die in my sleep screaming.
No. Well, unless it was like a night terror, I think it'd be all right.
Cobras.
Yes. It's our last one. I mean, not necessarily ending right away, but this is the last story we did for the week, and that is, of course, Jim Carrey, who we thought had retired from acting, is going to be Dr. Robotnik again for the third one. Coming back.
I got a clip I think I can throw. Let's see if if I can't ruin this?
Go ahead. Boomer it up again.
I was not expecting that. But I was expecting not to expect something, so it doesn't count.
Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if that came through on the recording because I didn't
Nope.
hear it, which is weird.
I heard it. That's good.
All right. All right.
Yeah. Look at you. You don't have to hear it. You just got to play it.
That's fine.
So he's coming back. That's all it is. I'm happy, I guess. I like Jim Carrey. Spoiler, I've never seen any of the Sonic movies.
No? Okay, I got one more for you then. There you go.
Do what you're told. Stand over there on the edge of your personal abyss and watch my machines do your job.
Yeah, I'd probably watch it for. I like spoiler. I had a fucking Sega Genesis. I've played the Sonic games and the Sonic and Knuckles and the so. I don't know.
Yeah,
I always had
worth
this
a
weird.
watch.
Did you ever do that weird thing where you would try and get away from Tails so he couldn't catch up to you?
See how fast you can get, and then all of a sudden he just helicopters in anyway.
Little bastard. He cheats.
He was always right off screen.
He's evil. He's probably
because he's got two tails.
I don't trust it. It's freak stuff.
Yeah, I heard you get referenced to a honey badger earlier in the stream too.
Yeah,
people don't know.
I'm trying to. Oh, he brought it up. That's right. He brought it up. Yeah. No, these honey badgers. It's just stolen valor.
There you
go. They're in the weasel family. They're barely a badger.
Barely.
We don't claim them. We don't claim them.
Well, I mean, that is the week of videos.
No, that is the week. And had a good. We're gonna have a 3-hour stream tomorrow on Nerd Wars channel. I had an hour one earlier today, plus videos. I am going to look at 10 minutes from an hour. I think it's good enough.
Oh yeah. The story
By
of my
all
life.
means, yes. No, we will see all of you, I'm sure, definitely in the 8th episode, because that 10th one. And again, like we've said, when we hit 1,000 subs on the channel, we will most likely be transitioning this into a live stream.
At this rate, by the 10th video, that should be 1,000.
And in fact, let's just say that, because the 10th episode will probably be a live stream celebration of hitting 1,000 or more and the 10th episode. So there you go. Don't hold me to it though, if you're still listening, which again is probably just Creativity's Vanguard, which brother, I hope
you're fine. Yeah.
If anyone's listening from YouTube, I don't know, something happened to his channel. It glitched out. They're working on it. It's gone. It's missing. He had 60 subs. He was growing. I hope he gets that fixed. I would definitely love to see him on the panel streams. Nerd War was asking for people, including our own Mr.TechRat. But
I was there, sort of.
Sure, in spirit and in the channel, in the chat, always pushing those socials. Which, speaking of, that was the Angry Badger clips at Instagram, TikTok.
I was actually just going to plug it all. If you want to head over to Twitter, X, you're looking for the Angry Badger 3, as is here on YouTube. And not to really confuse you, but I didn't want anybody to think that he was I. So Instagram and unfortunately TikTok for now is Angry Badger clips, and that's just the shorts I send over and watch people eat themselves in the comments. That Joker Elseworlds video has like 80,000 views on Instagram.
Oh, you mean this one?
Hello, Batman. I'm non-binary now.
Yeah, I wonder what bothered everyone about that clip.
They are so mad at you, but a majority of it tends to stem from the theory that you don't know anything about comics. You've never read a joke. Oh, my favorite. You must not know anything beyond like the Dark Knight Joker. And then someone shouted out like, maybe you should read Killing Joke and all these things that you have, you can turn around and pull off the shelf.
All the ones that are behind me that if you watch the stream tomorrow, you'll see on camera. Yeah, I know. Again, a lot of times you're trying to speak quickly. It's literally a short. And when you say Joker doesn't have insecurities, he means Joker doesn't have, I'm wondering if they'll like me securities that again. And they go, yeah, he's scared if people don't like his jokes.
Yeah.
And it isn't that. No, that's not an insecurity. That's a neurosis. That's an attachment to Batman. He wants Batman. That's not, again, it's a long conversation with a bunch of dummies that don't want to have the conversation. So thank you for clicking on those things. But see, the real ones that either understood it or want to have that conversation will come to the channel. And then I will very calmly, unless you come at me with piss and fire, in which I will the hell? Now my brain has gone to mush.
when you go back,
Retaliate?
reciprocate, I will reciprocate
Yeah.
the energy you bring at me. But yeah, if you just want to come and fucking say that and then let me explain, like, no, I just meant everyday securities, and that he certainly doesn't come with those up with vaudevillian tactics or whatever. And it's just whatever.
He's trying to find himself.
So by all means, do you have anything else before we go?
No, I agree with you. Thank you all for coming and tuning in and watching all this stuff. And yeah, you should go check out tomorrow, Nerd Wars, Badger, and I'll be in there
9
somewhere.
a.m. PST. Be in the comments. It'd be great. Thank you for listening this long if you have. Like, share, sub if you've done that. Thank you. If you're going to do that, thank you. And well,
bye.